Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing? I'm Mysticle, and today I'll be bringing you the latest in AR and VR news. We've got a little bit of a different set today. However, this actually isn't the finished set. There's a lot of complications, and in case you're interested, Mysticle More is right up here, video on there very soon. However, for now, let's jump right into this video. Alright, here we go again. It's happened once again. The new Meta headset is now completely leaked in really great detail. We basically have an entire unboxing of the Quest 3. Posted by Alex VR Panda on Twitter this morning is an unboxing video of the leaked Quest 3. And in detail, we can see quite a few things here. We can see that the headset looks exactly as advertised, exactly as we imagined it to look this whole time. And we can also see how tiny it truly is. We already had renders, we already had images, so nothing new in the way it looks. But here we can actually see it physically in someone's hand. And no, I don't count the trailer as being something that we could use for that. Here you can see how small the headset is, and everything else is actually the facial interface, as well as the fact that we are going to have lens distance adjustment for glasses and other things, which is really exciting, or at least that's what I'm getting from this label, and that's what Brad posted on Twitter, and I trust Brad. Here we can also see the rough size of the controllers inside someone's actual hands, and the lack of those pogo pins that we're going to be talking about, even though these do supposedly have wireless charging because of the dock information that, again, will be talked about a little bit more in this video. Honestly, no surprise whatsoever. I was expecting it to get leaked sooner or later. This seems to be a tradition at this point. The full unboxing of the Quest 3 way before release. It's hilarious. Here we go, guys. Quest 3. Might as well release it tomorrow. Might as well. Let me know what you think. Does the headset look like something you're going to be interested in? And what do you think about its size? People are getting Quest 3 features on the Quest 2. This is very interesting, and actually hasn't been verified 100% if I'm reading this correctly. However, the Quest 3 is supposedly going to be a lot of a more powerful device with a lot of very interesting MR features. Because it's going to have all those cameras in relation to AR, we should be prepared to get a lot more MR mixed reality applications. And one of those applications will supposedly be a music player. Now again, this hasn't been 100% verified, and all we have is this one video here. It's been posted by Luna on Twitter, and to quote, apparently this is an MR music player for the Meta Quest 3, though seen running on the Quest 2. It could simply be a third-party design, but there's clearly attention to it matching the Quest OS style, so I won't list the source in case it was accidentally published, cropped, and sped up. And to quote, I will add that the source has seemingly worked on Meta Quest things in the past. Watching the video, this does most certainly look like something that could come out of the Quest ecosystem. It's got that same kind of rounded corner look to it, and it looks like it's very well integrated. This could just be a very well-made app. However, there's no denying the fact that with the information provided that this source has seemingly worked on Quest stuff in the past, I wouldn't be surprised if this was exactly it. People have wanted a music player on the Quest platform for the longest time. People have wanted to be able to play audio in the background on the Quest, and we did get a few updates sort of allowing that within the last few months. However, we haven't had a dedicated music player. This does sort of maybe look like it could be Spotify. They've got the recommended, they've got decades, and the fact that it does have categories does make me think we will be able to sign in to our favorite music source and have it show up inside this music player. I think that's the way most people would enjoy this, and hopefully this will be showing up on the Quest 3, and also hopefully on the Quest 2, and also a very big hopefully it will run in the background. I'm actually going to hate if this is literally just an MR application that is meant to run entirely standalone, meaning on its own, and if you launch anything else, this will close. I will be severely upset if that is the case. But there you guys go, a very nice new music player, hopefully coming up with the Quest 3. However, I can't confirm that 100%. What I can confirm 100% though is Meta's new hand tracking for the Quest, which is apparently almost as responsive as controllers. That is a very big statement, and hand tracking has come a very long way, and I mention this every time we talk about hand tracking. I am fairly sure I actually use hand tracking more than I use Quest controllers at this point, as when I put on the headset, I set everything up with hand tracking, and if I'm just there to watch a video, browse the internet, I'm probably not going to grab a controller. That and most of my 2D apps actually work perfectly fine with hand tracking. First announced in late July, the company's Hands 2.2 tracking improvements are introducing what Meta says is better hand responsiveness and a few experimental features that we'll probably see in Quest 3. Now, we've talked about this, I believe, when it was first announced. However, now we've got the actual video showing latency improvements and comparing 2.1 to 2.2. And I must say, it is very, very impressive. At the very beginning, hand tracking's biggest problem was quick movements and not necessarily being able to react when you move your hands really fast. However, that now looks pretty fixed. And this is with the Quest 2's pretty limited cameras. We all know that those things aren't the highest resolution on the market. And the fact to me that these cameras are able to see your hands and distinguish between other things in the room in black and white is very, very impressive. Essentially what I'm trying to say is, with better hardware, with future hardware, this should be even better, as your Quest should have to work a bit less to distinguish the hands from other objects, especially if we get a depth sensor. And for those of you that use the Pico 4, I've got a pretty exciting piece of news, as it's time for the Pico 4 to get possibly one of its larger updates, as this one improves hand tracking, adds system auto update, and more. The latest Pico OS update brings a range of improvements to ByteDance's standalone VR headset. Pico OS 5.7 improves the headset's controller-free hand tracking, specifically reducing jitter and improving accuracy and stability. I'm gonna be honest with you, it needed this. Pico's hand tracking was nowhere close to Quest's hand tracking, and I actually pretty much never used it on the Pico. I do still play PCVR quite a bit on the Pico, but I never even used hand tracking to launch it. So seeing this improvement is very, very good. Pico says the headset's positional tracking has also been improved, alleviating issues with slight head tracking jitter in dark and spacious scenes when the head is still. The company also claims the place-based drift should now be reduced, so you shouldn't have to redraw your boundary as often. The update also adds the ability to natively record in vertical 9:16 aspect ratio, designed for posting videos to a platform like TikTok and Instagram. Image stabilization for recording is now enabled by default. And like on Quest, a pop-up notification will now be shown when stopping recording, so you can quickly preview the clip. Pico OS 5.7 also adds system auto update. Previously, you would have to manually check and initiate system updates. But if you enable auto update, the headset will now download and install updates when it's on standby and the battery is above 50%. The update also adds sharpening to the built-in PCVR streaming functionality, although just like Upload VR, I would probably recommend Virtual Desktop instead of Pico's streaming software. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't actually touched Pico's streaming software since the review. Finally, the update adds the ability to scan and link bank cards using real-world pass-through view. It's the first time we've seen such a feature inside a headset, and I must say, that is actually a pretty cool feature. I mean, we have the same thing on a phone. I know a lot of people are going to be against this because of security and stuff like that, but we already have this feature on a phone. Anytime you want to add a bank card or pay for something, I'm able to tap a button and just scan my bank card. And I guess it makes a lot more sense inside virtual reality, as typing in VR can sometimes be quite a chore. So this is a fairly big update for the Pico. Yes, a lot of these things already existed on Quest. 9:16 recording, that's a pretty cool one in case you're up for uploading to YouTube Shorts or TikTok. And overall, hopefully this update will make playing on the Pico 4 a lot of a better experience. It's nice to see Pico also working on the Pico 4 and adding some fairly large updates to the device. And with that, let's move on to a little bit of an older piece of news. I'm going to slightly gloss over this, as it just seems to be something I missed, as an unannounced official Quest 3 charging dock gets FCC approval. This was posted on the 14th of August, so again, this seems to be something I missed. However, I think it's something quite a few of you would be interested in. The Quest 3 charging dock just got approved by the US FCC. Meta hasn't officially yet announced a charging dock for the Quest 3. However, it is something a lot of people were hoping for. I love my charging dock on my Quest Pro. It makes it so simple to just pick up the headset and go whenever I need, and then throw it back down onto the dock when I wanted to charge and when I'm not using it, and then it's pretty much always ready to go. This is something I would have loved on my Quest 2, and supposedly now it's going to be coming to Quest 3. Renders and images of the Quest 3 clearly show 3 gold dots on the bottom of the headset though, which strongly resemble the pins of the Quest Pro headset and the controllers used for charging on the included dock. The new Touch Plus controllers show no pins however, and their FCC approval documents showed that they take a single AA battery each. So there you go, the Quest 3 will possibly be getting a dock. And finally, some news for those of you waiting on the Vision Pro, as an Apple Vision Pro model has reportedly been spotted with 1 terabyte of storage. Yeah, we love complaining about storage, don't we? 256, 512, not enough, we need 1 terabyte. And trust me, I know something about running out of storage. This phone runs out of storage about once a month. I cannot imagine how quickly a headset that is supposedly going to take this many apps would run out. I mean, my Quest 2 has already run out multiple times. My Quest Pro actually hasn't. A French tech news website, iPhone Soft, reports that a source who tried the Apple Vision Pro at one of Apple's public developer labs saw the 1 terabyte figure listed as the storage in the device's settings app. Apple hasn't yet officially announced Vision Pro's storage options, though the company saying that the headset will start at $3,500 strongly suggests multiple storage tiers will be available, as with iPhone, iPad, and Mac. So I do wonder, this 1 terabyte option, was this the lowest possible option, or is this the highest possible option? With it starting at $3,500, what will the highest possible tier cost? I'm actually scared to think about this. We know that storage can actually bump up the price by quite a bit, and considering this headset already is quite a bit, I'm honestly quite scared to think about how much more it will be for the higher end models, if there are any higher end models, or is this the highest end model? Let me know your opinions down below. What do you think? Do you think you need 1 terabyte of storage in a headset? Honestly, I think you do. I really do. Either way though, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day or night. You're all absolutely amazing. And thank you so much to all the amazing names going off to my right. Those guys are my Patreons, and you are helping me out so much right now. Again, more information on Mysticle more, but essentially, things haven't been the nicest to me. If you guys are not part of our community, check out our Discord and our Reddit down below, where I want to see you posting your spice memes. And as usual, if you want to be notified about future content coming up on the channel, make sure to smack the subscribe button with your red ding my bell so you get in the next video. Peace. What positive is that I have so much space now that I actually have to walk over to the camera.